Time. Malik mentions...
On the Scooby gang.
Malik mentions that the brooch that Yulia was given by the High Priestess gave him the feeling that he was being watched. Everybody goes to get geared up to head to the temple. Yulia and McMuffin walk to the temple. It's a beautiful day outside. As they walk past the infinity fountain, 3 black balloons with white ravens on it are up in the sky. Yulia asks around to see if anyone knows anything, but most people don't recognize them. One crazy-looking old lady, which obviously inspires a lot of confidence, says that black balloons are a bad omen. Gorath and Malik walk through the mirror plane, and... let's see... They find a particular mirror that Gorath certainly becomes very interested in, and there seems to be a fire. Yeah, I know. There seems to be a fire out of sight and piles of silver, and Gorath kind of pokes his head through and sees only the coins, occasionally illuminated by a gout of flame. Malik kind of goads him to throw something in there, see what happens, and eventually they kind of determine that it's a dragon because there's this huge blast of fire. Meanwhile, Yulia and McMuffin get to the temple. Yulia finds a elfish-looking attendant and basically gets him to show her where the holy water is. She tips him some silver and gets 3 vials of holy water in return. Birdie causes a scene by lurching off of McMuffin's shoulder and eating a mouse just in front of everyone, biting its head off, all that fun stuff. And then just kind of flies back to McMuffin's shoulder and belches fire. And, of course, everyone is staring now. They look around. Yulia goes to the altar, and everything seems normal, but there's something that's slightly out of place. The wall behind the altar looks as though it has been repaired. They go further into the back, past the altar. There are other rooms, and... meanwhile, roughly the same time, Malik and Gorath find another mirror that has skylight coming through it. And they look into a room that has, again, it's very sunny. There's another large mirror kind of across the way. It's empty. They can't see anything in the room except for a column. And on the column is a wooden statuette of a cat. They step through. And they don't remember seeing the pillar before, but Gorath is suddenly transfixed by the bright green eyes of the cat statue and can't move. He's just suddenly paralyzed, but he can still talk somehow. He asks Malik to chuck the statue away, and Malik tries to throw it out the window, and it kind of hits the door instead, and it bounces down the hallway, and just so happens to land at McMuffin's feet. He leans down, looks into the cat's eyes also, and is paralyzed, just like Gorath. Yulia throws sort of a tapestry over it and ends up bringing a bunch of other things down off of the walls, and waits to see if anyone is coming, but doesn't hear anyone. Gorath and Malik both hear the clattering, and Malik picks up Gorath and sort of drags him back through the mirror. Yulia wraps up the statue and goes to look into the room. Malik tries calling to her, but she doesn't hear it. Yulia can tell the statue is magical and might be druidic based on the form, but she doesn't know anything more about it. She tries to drag McMuffin into the room and fails spectacularly and ends up ripping his sleeves clean off his clothing. Gorath tells Malik to go help. He does, and they drag everyone through and escape through the mirror with the statue. Yulia cures Gorath, kind of flubs it on McMuffin, who can now no longer speak. Gorath offers to break the cat statue, which immediately turns into an actual cat and runs away. We try chasing the cat, and again, just fail horribly. But Yulia manages to... Yulia manages to cure McMuffin, but his right leg is a little stiff. McMuffin sends Birdie after it, and that really doesn't end well. They go back to the mirror. They all step through, and they try to go through the opposite mirror, but find out that there's no way they can actually get through the surface. And then, dun dun dun, two swordsmen, one in blue and one in red, and both wearing masks, walk in and say nothing, but close the door behind them.
I really want to hire you. I wish I could take you back in time so you could take notes in all the classes I've ever not taken notes in. So I have no idea how you can write that much detail. Like, that's cool.
Literally, my job for a couple of years was to write notes for people. So yeah, I've had at least a little bit of practice.
It's awesome. That's a good skill to have. Impressive. I feel like I just listened to our whole thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm trying to cut it down. I'm trying to cut it down to the important stuff. But you never know what the important stuff is going to be. That's the problem.
It's true. Like, I can't sneak anything by you guys. Although I'm glad. Because there, no spoilers, but there were a few things in there of interest that may have seemed trivial at the time. Which I thought was funny. I always do that to you guys. Yep. Burn. Burn. Yeah, does anyone have any questions?
Nah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so to repaint the scene, you guys, let's see, you're standing kind of like, it's a roundish, largish room. You guys have been like perplexed by the mirror that you didn't come through, that the non-travelable mirror, however we want to describe that.
Non-traversable.
Yeah, and you guys were playing with that, and because that mirror is directly in view of the doorway, and off to, I suppose, if you're standing in front of it, to the right, there's the mirror you guys came from. This room is well appointed, lavish. You may notice a few things that might be worth some cash in here, like silvery, like silver candlesticks and just like doodads, that sort of thing. Yeah, the two figures came. I think, who was looking in the mirror? It might have been McMuffin, I think, looking in the mirror and saw them back, turns around, yes. There they are. Yeah, so they are both like the same style of robe, heavy robes, like underneath and they're wearing, like the hooded thing. Their faces are obscured. They definitely are wearing some sort of mask around their face. You can just basically see their eyes. And yeah, they kind of just come in silently. They had drawn their swords, which are interestingly very reflective. Like you could, they look like mirrors, which is interesting. They have like talismans around their necks that would depict that they are of the of your faith, Yulia. So I don't. Maybe you know what they would look like some sort of. I don't know. What is the Lady of Light's talismans? What kind of decor would they be wearing?
I would assume something that's stylized as the sun over a tree.
Sun over a tree sounds right. Yeah. Light and hippie. Nice. The light
Yep,
druids. Exactly. So you would recognize them, even though Malik did whisper that those were. I think technically, I thought of this, and I think it's funny, so I wanted to name them the color guards. So I thought that was funny. Maybe only Yulia gets funny. That joke.
I'm sorry.
Color guard is a thing in high school.
It's like, it's like band, except you wave flags around and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I know. My school has one.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if they still had color guard in these days. I don't know.
I think we called them something else, but same thing.
Yeah, cool. And it's notable that one especially notable because I think we have discussed that blue is a very difficult pigment to reproduce. This one is like ice blue, and the other one is red. So that, and so they're kind of they draw their swords and they start moving towards you. You guys had talked to them, and they have no response. And that's where we're at. I think Malik is definitely hugging the wall to stay out of the sunlight. I would think, obviously, just to set the stage a little bit. McMuffin, you were in front of the false mirror, let's say, even though it's perfectly acceptable mirror. It just false where you can't walk through it, which you would think all mirrors are, but apparently not in your guys' universe. You flip around, I'm sure, and I'm sure Yulia and nice tree and sun. I like that. Yulia and Gorath, you guys are probably to one side of each of the mirror, of McMuffin. So the whole Scooby Gang is probably in one tight knit area. In between you and the robed folk, the usual. It's still a pretty big room. This is where they again bring rich people to bilk them out of their money and or impress them and or whatever.
Murder them.
Yeah, so there's furniture and what have you in between you and the other the swordsman or whatever the color guard.
The color guard.
It's going to make me laugh a lot. Cool. What do you want to do? Exciting.
Yulia, talk to them. They look like your kind of people.
Yeah, I'd rather not get stabbed, so you can go do that.
Yulia, draws her own symbol and kind of shows it to them and says, "Wait, I'm here on official business." Sweating furiously.
Mm-hmm. They're like, I think you could probably hear one say lowly under their, like quote unquote under your breath, one of us, or so just repeats one of the words that you said, and it's creepy because it sounds kind of like a weird voice, that a voice coming from someone shaking a bag of broken glass. Like that's what the voice sounds like like. So I don't know what to do, but like broken glass.
Definitely, unnatural. Yeah.
Yeah, like whatever. The other one, because they're walking up to the back of a couch, just takes his knife and splits the couch right into with one chop, and they kick it out of the way and keep walking through. They're walking right towards, like, say, the center of the room where the cat was on the pedestal.
Oh. Well, that happened.
Gorath will draw his sword and be like, "Well, it's..." And he'll take, like, a pregnant pause. "Slashing time."
Mm-hmm.
And, like, do, like, a grin and look sideways. Was that cool?
And Mal gives you like
Kinda.
the okay symbol.
It was okay.
Gorath will then, not wanting to be on the back foot, will move towards the nearest guy and take a hearty swing.
Yeah, so you'd have to walk. You're still. How big is this room? It's probably 50 feet round. Something like that. pretty big room with the big glass ceiling with like weird crystal shards of glass, beams of light coming down on, which is clearly the purposes of this to make it look cool. So yeah, you could probably meet them at the column, let's say, in the middle of the room. Swing away, sir. Do your thing.
All right, so that's going to be strength to hit, and then
all your accoutrements.
So 3 is 2d6.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, cool.
9, and then 2d6 plus 2 plus 3.
Yeah, so tell me what you're doing. Describe. These guys have their mirror blades brandished, and you're just kind of sashaying, maybe running towards the column.
I'll walk forward with a purpose, and then I'll do like a, they look like they might know what to do with their swords, so I'll do like a kind of a feint of a downward swing, and then I'll transition that into an uppercut, basically with the blade.
Cool. Oh my!
Well, holy crap!
Jeez.
Jesus Christ, Gora!
Sweet. Okay. So, yeah, with that, like, this guy, especially with your sword, because you have a really good sword, this guy parries with his sword, and you just slash it. And I'm going to say, like, you take off one of his arms with that thing for sure. Like, he has one less arm, which is creepy. But, hey, man. Critting on your first roll, it's pretty good. And yeah, and he does not which color pick, blue or red? Which guy were you going for?
I mean red, of course, because
obviously.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Loses hand or arm, I'm gonna say. Yeah, that's creepy. And like he kind of does that. His scream has that broken glass effect as well. I think especially with the 17, I think the blue guy looks over, just like you catch his head like spin over there and then comes back at you. But yeah, with a crappy rolled 9 with a crit, that's super good.
He just critted on me, didn't he?
Did he crit on you?
I critically failed on you.
Oh.
So I'm gonna say he, like, the red guy charges at you like the Black Knight missing an arm from Holy Grail and starts bleeding on you. Thus giving you an opportunity for further attack, I believe.
Cool.
Ergo, right, I'll take your leg.
I do have a question.
Yes, sir.
For the red one, did Agorath, sieve off the arm he has the weapon on, or no? Or was it not the one he wasn't have weapon in?
Yeah, I would say yes, he does. The one he has a weapon in. So he is now swordless.
That sort of sucks.
Yeah.
Sorta. Sorta sucks.
But
Sorta sucks, yeah. Well, so that was a 12 and a 13 for damage? Is that what we're looking?
13 for damage, yep. 12 to hit, 13 for damage.
Jesus.
Cool.
Chill out, bro. Jesus Christ. He really about to go slash.
Wow. I did not expect that to happen, actually. Okay. So, that is fine. Yeah, so you definitely catch him with another, like, he's probably trying to bleed on you with his bad arm, like, and I wouldn't say with the 13 you take off his leg, but you probably get him a good slash in some body part that to your whichever you prefer.
I mean, go for the other arm, make it a complete set.
Yeah, cool. So he's got a gash in an arm, and he's got your arm's off. No, it isn't.
Oh God.
Okay, Gorath. Literally first blood. Nice. I'm not sure who would be next. It's possible between you guys. Who wants to go next? We didn't really have an order.
Yulia tried to mollify them, but she can certainly go first if McMuffin is doing something else.
No, McMuffin is readying for some action after seeing Gorath.
Well, there you go.
Like cut off someone's hand.
Yep, there you go. Go for it.
Yeah, McMuffin is going to McMuffin's kind of seeing what Birdie could do.
Oh God.
He's going to, knowing the potential.
This could only go well.
And knowing that it's possible.
Yep.
Only go well. Check my rolls first. Give me. He's going to order Birdie to attack the one, the blue one,
the unhurt one.
Would it be? Yeah, the unhurt one.
Yeah. Okay. Which is blue. Yeah.
But I roll a 2d6, I'm assuming, with my dex or something, or charisma. What would that be counting as?
So you're asking Birdie to do this, yes?
Yes.
I feel like I roll for Birdie. I mean, I have rolled for... You can if you would like. If you'd rather. It doesn't bother me, whatever.
I can roll for Birdie.
Yeah, dude, 2d6 is probably perfect. Let's just find out what he does.
Okay.
I'm not sure a toucan has crazy strength or, like any plus modifiers necessarily. But you never know.
Yeah, I just assumed that he just had my stats, but that makes sense if he doesn't.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, fuck that. God damn it, bruh.
So, cool. So Birdie flies towards these two dudes, robed figures, and just flies right out the door. He's out.
McMuffin sort of blinks from him, looks at the door, and he looks at and says, Yulia and Gorath, and he says, well, I tried. A for effort.
Yep. All right, let's see here.
What you got, Yulia? Oh.
4.
What you doing?
Never mind. I was going to try to dive behind the mirror and get my stuff ready, but no, Yulia definitely does that thing where you misjudge the distance and you just bang your head against something.
Yeah. Which mirror were you doing?
Yep. The one that we couldn't walk through, the non-traversable mirror.
Cool. So you were trying to hide behind it? It's a wall.
I thought it was out in the middle of the room. Well, in that case, yeah, she was trying to sort of dive behind a couch, let's say.
Yeah, okay. But behind furniture, you're taking cover. Okay.
Something, yeah, trying to take cover, but yeah, not with a 4.
Yeah, that's cool. Cool. And Malik is going to... so I feel like you just misjudge the what you're doing and just kind of biff and fall to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Unscathed,
exactly.
And completely unprotected by any furniture.
Mm-hmm.
It probably looked a bit like you just fell down for no reason. Like no one touched you. It was just like you just kind of collapsed. It was almost like your body and your mind had two different things and two different agendas. Cool. So Malik moves very quickly around the room in vampire style, because as he is wont to do, but finds that it's just taking too long and just kind of jumps with like crazy athleticism as a vampire does, jumps at the blue one because I'm gonna say he was on the other side. He's on the blue person's side, perhaps, and so no. He's in the air. The blue-robed figure holds out his hand without the sword in it, and like projectiles come from this hand that are like, they look like shards of glass and or mirror dust, like just like and hit Malik. And he gets... Wait, I have to look up the stats here. Sorry, I didn't have that prepped. Cool. Yep. And he gets hit by these things and kind of falls in the... it hits him as he's jumping in the air, and it's kind of a standoff. He clearly takes a little damage and then falls to the ground, and he falls right into the sunlight. And it smells like burnt hair right now.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Who's closest to Malik? Is
let's
it
see.
McMuffin and Yulia?
So he was right by the blue figure. So you guys are still at a distance, I would say. You guys are at the far end of the room, closer to the mirrors. So the closest person is Gorath. I mean, he jumped. These guys are probably close to each other. And Gorath, let's say you're on the right side, like to everyone's right, and with the red, with the red singular pelagic. I don't know what that is. and the blue. So the blue guy is to the left of everyone's. If everyone's looking at the same direction towards the door, and Malik falls kind of in the center of the room and clunk, and right in the middle of the light. Anyone barbecuing? Someone's barbecuing, I think. It's delicious.
Gorath will abandon his attack on the red one, as he's now not as much of a threat, given his arm with the sword in it is on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And will move to drag Malik out of the sunlight.
Cool. Let's do like just a strength maybe, because you're strong. Just to see like how that goes. Not that I didn't think you could do it, because I'm positive you can do it, but I just kind of want to see that's cool. 13, you definitely do it. You grab him easily with one hand and just by the let's say the boot or something, and just kind of slide him over on the floor up against the wall. Let's see. Yeah, completely out of danger. Die of Fate is really on your side today.
Right.
Cool. And that's kind of your that's your action-ish.
Yeah.
Which takes us, I think, back to McMuffin.
Okay, McMuffin failed that time around, but this time around, he's going to
You didn't fail.
pull out his beautiful little slingshot and
oh yeah,
he felt like it failed.
So
by subsequent, he failed.
Let me ask you about your slingshot. Like, is this the fancy slingshot with the fancy stones? Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, the fancy one.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I'm gonna just roll 2d6 plus my dex, right?
Yep. Plus dex. You do you. Let's see how this new slingshot treats you.
Oh my goodness.
I cannot fucking believe this. Are you fucking with me?
The dice bot hates you. I'm so glad I have nothing to do with this dice
bot. What the fuck? I got 2 4s in a row.
I know your pain, McMuffin. I've been there.
Oh,
that's amazing. Okay.
No.
So McMuffin, you're doing your thing. You're swinging the slingshot, right? Like, and you let it fly, and it like it it hits off the back wall, like goes right past these two, both of them, like right in the middle, and they both kind of give like a nod to it, watch it go behind them, and it comes back. It bounces off the first wall somehow. The back wall because they had shut the door, and it comes back. It bounces back. Let's see. No, and it misses you, and it hits the fake mirror, and actually has a little explosion. It's kind of weird because you've never used this thing. There's a little explosion. The mirror itself is fine, which is odd because it was like it was a thing. But you realize that these weird stones that you'd picked up that are light as hell clearly have some sort of explosive quality, which is kind of cool. But didn't do anything to the mirror. Didn't do anything to you because you may have rolled horribly, horribly wrong. But Die of Fate says otherwise. At the sound of this, Birdie comes flying back in, right past both the hooded creatures, and lands on Gorath's shoulder.
Hey, what are you doing? McMuffin's kind of like annoyed. He's like, wait, that's not me.
This is so fun. Yulia, you are essentially a human puddle on the floor. What happened? What are you going to do?
I did roll a little earlier, but I can certainly roll again because
I didn't see it.
Took my it was an 8, and all I was going to do was basically try again and get some cover.
Cool.
And
ready
my pistol.
Okay. You could definitely you just kind of scamper to the nearest, let's say, table that has like. On this table, you notice like it's like a very nice like silver vase. It's like, wow, okay, it's pretty sweet. But yeah, it looks like and it's between two like chairs, so you're kind of like hunkered down at that level. But it's like a solid chunk of some sort of material table that seems like it would give you some cover. You're totally welcome to if you had your gun ready, take a shot.
Okay. All right. For gun, is it just dexterity, or does it have a specific roll that you have to do? I don't have my sheet in front of me, unfortunately.
No, it's cool.
I can't find it.
Straight up dex roll, just like any projectile.
Okay.
Nice.
8.
Cool.
8 again. All right.
And roll me some damage. Let me quickly. I bet none of us can remember the damage on a because you had a light gun, right? Like just a.
Yeah.
It was bow, pistols, etc. D6 plus 1.
Which I think actually, because of her level, goes up to 2.
Yeah, we should do that. Yeah.
Is it? Okay. Hits
yeah,
for 7.
Cool. Sorry.
And that would be the blue robed one.
Cool. I figured. Go for the other one.
Yep.
-7.
Oh, also,
cool.
while I'm looking around, or after I've shot, I want to look around and see, are there curtains in front of the windows that could be drawn?
So the problem is it's a
or the
ceiling.
skylight.
Yeah, it's like it's a huge ceiling of glass. And you're probably as you're crouched there, and like the bullet, it does like you shoot him right in the shoulder, and it kind of pushes his shoulder back, but it doesn't seem he doesn't even make a noise. This is all like, and you're looking up at the lights, and you're like, why? Maybe I should have chose like in this particular instance a non-light church, because it would have come in handy if you were like, the Church of Darkness, Her Lady of Darkness or something.
Yep.
but in this particular instance, yeah, not great. Yes.
Okay.
But funny, but yeah, he takes the blow, kind of, takes note of you at least. And that's it, really. But good roll, though.
Okay,
that's
then.
Cool. But you got some good damage in.
Good as in it succeeded. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Cool. Back to Gorath, I think. Exciting.
Gorath is the MVP in this fight, definitely.
Gorath will kind of quickly look at the demonic toucan that decided to land on his shoulder, and as it's no longer appetizing, will resist the urge to bite it. And will instead move toward, I guess, Bluey.
So, like, are you just going to walk through Red, then?
Oh, is Red obscuring my way?
I mean, you guys are probably within, a foot of each other or whatever. You were in combat, but you could definitely... I mean, you could do anything you want. You could push one into the other, or do you do you.
I wonder if I don't know if I can try to do this, but the thing that came to mind was stabbing through Red into Blue.
Oh, I like this. I definitely like this. You're going to have to roll pretty well for that, but you'll get something.
Bruh.
Well, you definitely stab dude, so you can roll damage on that. Oh yeah. Whew. You were killing it today, literally. Cool. And Red lets out a shriek, a metallic sounding broken glass shriek, and the robe falls to the floor, and it looks like glass, shard sand. That's it. He's done. And he is looks like a broken mirror.
Interesting.
But yeah, but your push to doesn't succeed, so you definitely got that. And maybe your sword is probably sticking in his robe still. You've got a robe on your sword now.
Get out of that.
And it's sending shards of glass everywhere as you shake it. Try to shake it loose. Cool. McMuffin, what are you doing?
McMuffin is going to try to shoot at the red one.
Mm-hmm. Red one's dead.
And
yeah, the red one's gone.
Oh, blue one, sorry.
Yep. With
Let's
your
hope he
slingshot
hits
again?
this time around.
Slingshot?
Yes.
Sweet.
Come on.
He's got this fancy slingshot, and he might just throw the damn thing away. Sadly, so it's possible you're just getting attuned to this thing, right? So this one, flies off, almost hits Birdie off of Gorath's shoulder. Interestingly, goes off the mark a little bit, goes into the wall, and explodes there. It takes a hunk out of the wall, and I'm going to say, let's see. Oh yeah, takes out basically disintegrates a couple of rose candle holders, silver candle holders that were on attached on a shelf on the wall. But the explosion definitely jolts everyone. They're kind of it's like a gun going off. It's pretty cool. And just at that second, the Bluey, I'm going to call him Louie Bluie because I think Louie Bluie is funny. He disappears, you guys, and reappears right behind you, McMuffin, in between you and the fake mirror, let's say, or the. Mm-hmm. And he pulls out something out of his pocket and touches the wall, touches the mirror with it, and the mirror, let's say, it probably looks like how like a funhouse mirror, like it turns into a funhouse mirror for a second, like kind of bubbles up and like and everything distorts everything in it, and then it basically kind of like almost feels like it opens, and you can see you can see another room behind it.
Whoa.
And he's standing behind you now.
Okay.
Can we tell what he put against the mirror? You said he held something against it?
Yeah, you couldn't really see it. It looked like he pulled something from his pocket.
Interesting.
Interesting. Is that
But
the end of my turn, or can I?
You probably spun around just like because you felt him behind you, but that's pretty much it. And then Yulia, it's your turn. So Yulia, there's the fake mirror. There's now Louie Bluie behind, kind of like there, and then McMuffin, kind of all in a row. I would say, Gorath, you're off to, if you're looking at, if everyone spins around looking at the mirror, you're on now the left side, where of the room with Malik, who is still smoking a little, but seems okay, and he's moving a little bit.
Okay, so wait, Yulia can see McMuffin, Bluey in the mirror, and it's kind of in one line in front of her?
No, you are kind of, so if we're looking at the mirror now, because we were looking the other way before, you're to the right, and back, and you can see, so it's kind of a Y, mirror, Bluey, McMuffin, Y, you're on the right side of the Y, and Gorath's on the left side of the Y.
Okay.
But you have an angle on him for sure.
I was going to say, I want to take a shot. I just want to be sure that it's going to be fairly clear. Obviously, the dice will let us know. Mm-hmm. 9. Okay, so I take a shot, take another shot.
Mm-hmm. And you don't. Bluey. Thankfully, you don't hit McMuffin.
Thankfully.
Roll me some damage.
All right. And we said that was 2d6 plus.
Yep.
10.
Cool. Boom. And now you shot him in like the front left shoulder, and now you're
definitely you want to. Yep.
And then now you shot him in like the right back shoulder, like bang. Let's see. I'm adding this. Cool. And he again, like his whole body shifts a little, but he's like clearly, trying to do something. So he doesn't even spin around to look at you. Garth, it is now your turn. Exciting. What to do? Birdie burps a fireball right at that second, probably.
I think let's I'm going to do an intelligence roll.
Cool.
Yeah, what we thought.
Mm-hmm. What are you trying to discern?
Just trying to discern if Gorath would be like, let's try and subdue this person and figure out what the fuck. Mm-hmm. Or if Gorath would be like, kill. And Gorath is going to be kill.
That makes sense with a 5.
Yep. So Gorath will charge the blue guy, sword, raised, and bring down, hopefully, the thunder. And Gorath will say that, here comes the thunder.
Okay, he would do that. That's pretty cool. Let's see how cool it is. Oh, it's pretty cool. You're like, okay, cool. And so What are you aiming to do? Oh, nice. What is your goal with this? You rolled 4s and 4s.
I'm going for the head. I'm gonna try to bring the sword down on his dome.
Cool.
And split a skull.
Cool. And I mean, you would definitely make quite a ruckus, and he is vastly outnumbered and kind of head on a swivel. Sees you coming and definitely blocks the headshot, but like it comes right down on his shoulder. Then he evades the thing, and it's right in the shoulder that Yuli had hit. Well, one of them. So he's not super happy at this point. Yeah, no doubt. Let me see here. Oh man, yeah, he's not happy either. Cool. And he, with that blow, he kind of falls into this newly discovered room. Just from the force of your blow, definitely sends him back a little bit, and he goes tumbling into the other room.
Cool.
I don't know about anyone else, but I think Yulia is definitely going to want to make a dash for the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Same here.
For which mirror? The new room mirror?
The one he opened, yes,
yeah, cool.
The new room.
Cool. Do it. Let's is that the idea for everyone? Just kind of like bum rush the door?
Yeah.
Gorath would like look back to Malik and be like, "You coming?"
And Malik is definitely on his feet now. He looks fine, and he is following you guys.
Then yeah,
cool. Yeah. What's the intent? Just kind of like run in there and like with swords blazing, kind of thing.
Well, yes, I think Yulia, the first thing on her mind is just, I don't want this door to close before we've had a chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys
so she's probably still ready to fight if she needs to, but it's more important to kind of get through before it closes or whatever he did to it wears off.
Okay.
Gorath is chasing his quarry.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Yulia might say something, perhaps, to the group to give like instruction, like let's get into that room before it closes.
I'm I don't even know that she has that much presence of mind. She sees McMuffin running towards it too, and imagines he has a very similar idea.
Cool.
And as long as Gorath and Malik are coming, like she's good. We can talk about this later.
Cool. And so you guys kind of, I mean, there's not even a roll. So like, Yulia, you're probably like it's kind of like a mad dash to the door, right? Like everyone's pushing everyone else. Cool. So everyone roll me. Let's see. How do we want to do this? The three of you guys roll me just a d6. 1d6.
I win. Wait.
3, 6,
yep,
5.
I win.
Cool. Okay. I would say, yeah. So Gorath is like you and Yulia and McMuffin. You basically just pick up. You go right into the back of Gorath and just push him through, and Malik is quickly right behind you guys. And so now you're all staring into this room. And so this room, it's not exactly apparent what the hell this room is, except it's kind of a dark, not small. It's small-ish. But like, you guys, it's tight in here now. Like throwing swords would be hard in this room, maybe. But it looks like there is like there's like a couple of chairs that you guys kind of kick out of the way with your bum rush, that sort of thing. But like, it strikes you as maybe this is an observation room, except then you notice that there is another mirror, but this one, this is a different one. This is more like one of the odd mirrors. It's more of a. It had a different. It was blue. Like it just looked different, and it. I think the book explained it to you that this is more like of a portal mirror, that it might go to a different area, right? So that's what's in here, and the Louie Bluie is about to bop right through it, or at least appears to be.
Oh, so there's another mirror in this room?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
That looks like a portal kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like a
Bluey is going to crawl through.
Yeah, it might be like 15 by 15 kind of thing. So I mean, you could get a sword and it'd be like it's tight for sword play maybe.
McMuffin, you want to give another shot with that slingshot?
Yes. He will do that. He was actually thinking
Good.
about that. Third time's the charm.
Come on!
That's what they say. Oh,
Oh my goodness! What is going on?
Oh, I wish that was another one. That would have been funny. Cool. So, yeah, that one bounces off, ricochets off a wall again. Weirdly, it's like it. Yeah, clearly you're just not used to this thing yet. It bounces back, and kind of like it explodes like in midair, like catching you guys, like temporarily almost blinding you, but you're not blind, but like it's a flash, and everyone has to kind of turn their head. And when you look back, Bluey's not in the room anymore.
Oh.
It's a bummer.
Gorath will just straight and go right portal.
Cool. Everyone else?
Go right through as well.
It looks like, as the book described, a portal mirror.
Yeah, so you guys were... Where were you? What were we doing? You guys were walking through the portal, and you walking through the mirror plane, and there was a different... This kind of mirror, right? Like it's a mirror, but it definitely looks different. Like you can see through it, but it's not translucent. It just looks a little different. It's a little sturdier. It's a full. It doesn't look like it. It just looks different. It has a blue hue to it. You can see through it both ways. So it's not really as much of a mirror as it is more of a portal. And the book had told you this is like how the different areas in the mirror plane connect.
I think since it's a little more familiar to Yulia, she's probably going to give her just enough time to hesitate and look around the room and see if there's anything in here that she thinks might give her a clue as to why the hell this mirror is here, who's been observing what. I mean, is it just the chairs?
Right, so, okay, cool. Roll me some wisdom. You'll just have a quick perception check as you're dashing through this.
Oh my god. Oh god.
See, you guys didn't roll out.
Not a damn thing.
You didn't roll out your dice
right.
until you hit sixes, like I did.
Apparently. All right. Well, nothing to see here. I guess
Nope.
Yulia's just going to dash into the blue mirror as well.
Yeah, you're not exactly sure what it is, so that's a drag. But you guys are, you're basically in like almost like a mosh pit at this point, just kind of pushing each other forward because you're all kind of bunched up. Is everyone pushing? Yeah, Gorath is through the mirror, the portal. Is everyone else pushing that way, or is anyone besides Yulia doing anything else?
As Gorath goes to the mirror, he shouts, "Malik, do a perception check!"
That?
I'm gonna die of fate that one. Ooh, a 3. This is the tough
Oh, apparently.
Okay, so Malik gets he gets a 3. He says,
Oh.
"What?"
What?
and he mishears you. Instead of perception check, he hears rejection spec or something like that, and just he assumes you meant just push harder. So he starts pushing you guys through the portal. Luckily, there's no light in here for him, so he's all. The light comes from the other room. Yeah, and you guys look. You don't look back. You're going straight forward. Is that right, McMuffin? Did you have? Were you?
Yes.
Gorath's already through. This is all kind of happening in one fell swoop. I feel like Gorath would have jumped through, or was halfway through, and everyone's just now pushing that way to get after him. Yulia, what do you got? What are you doing?
I got a wisdom check to see if she knows well enough to turn around and see what's behind them on the other side of the mirror.
Okay.
Is there anything to see?
So once, I'll say, the mirror, the quote-unquote mirror, is now closed. You can tell that there's, it has shut. And you can see into the room through this mirror.
Is there anything on the other side? Can I see anybody else entering the room?
No, but you can see the room. You might gather with the chair with an 11 that this might be like an observation room, a secret observation room.
So
hence
a one-way mirror, basically.
Yeah, and and you would also gather that there's no such thing as a one-way mirror, in. So this is clearly a magic mirror. Yeah, that's a magic mirror. That's just a pretty easy observation.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, I suppose she will follow the rest into the blue mirror.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Is it cool if we take a quick break here?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just about to say, because I will describe the room when you get back. It's fun.
Alrighty.
Cool.
See you
in a few.
Okay.
See you in a few.
So, yeah, this is hilarious. You guys are I want to say as you're going through to maybe there's a little bit of slapstick comedy, not everyone fits,
just
but it's a
mad
pretty wild.
Scrambling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like in the cartoons when they're all trying to go through the same door, or the Three Stooges, and they're shouldering into the door, that kind of thing. But you guys pop out through the end, and you recognize this right away, the weird grayscape that you are back in the mirror plane. It's very obvious. What's interesting is you can see Louie Bluie off in the distance running down. It doesn't quite seem as vast to you for whatever reason, but you can see him headed away from you guys. But you're also not alone in here. There are two humanoid-looking folk chained to either side of the wall.
You said clinging to either side of the wall?
Chained.
Or chained.
Mm-hmm.
Chained.
Do they look like anyone we recognize?
Let's find out.
Or are they just randos?
They look... I'm going to say Diafate says, Yulia, you recognized one, and this would be a stretch for your memory, but he looks familiar, and you kind of place that you think he might have been one of the the church folk you originally talked to when you guys hit the temple.
Oh, the guy who was telling me about the books and everything?
Mm-hmm. Let me see here. 1 sec. I don't have all my stuff up. I shut my windows. What was I thinking? Cool. One more thing. Cool. Yeah. Hold on. Maybe I have a better way to do this. Sorry about this. I was not prepped correctly. Poorly prepped.
How dare you?
Oh,
How
no.
dare you?
I suck. I'm going to do this. I need a thing. That's a thing. Cool. Damn it. So many things to set up. Okay, give me that. I said, give me that. Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Boink. Cool. That sucks. Okay, cool. I can't remember. I'm trying to find like what if I had any notes on that guy, but I don't. So this looks. They're like basically in rags, both of them. Like it looks like they've been here for a while. Maybe they're hungry, whatever. They definitely both heard all you guys clang through this thing, and they are both adamant about unchain us.
And Muffin, as he's sort of like bum rushing him away through, he sort of looks at them and says, why?
They're coming.
Who are you? What's coming?
The one to the right says, "My name's Cassius. There's things in here." And you can see, like, he's just kind of freaked out. Not real, doesn't have a lot of... doesn't really know what he's doing. Still, like, he has, like, cropped, curled red hair. Again, rags, like, tattery rags. Just, like, yeah, like, rugged skin. Like, looks kind of sturdy. And this is the one on the left that Yuli doesn't know. Like, regular height, about everyone's height, whatever. And he says, he just says, because they've been, like, you get the sense that they've been in here for a little while. And he says, the shadows, they're coming.
How far ahead is Louie Bluie?
I would say 20 yards for sure, and adding to that distance.
Does it look like he's running faster than I can?
I like how you answered that.
Yep.
I don't know. Do you want to chase him?
In Gorath's mind, he's running for reinforcements.
Oh,
and
I see.
Gorath wants to prevent this from happening.
Mm-hmm. What would you like to do, Gorath? We'll say it's your turn. You were first in here anyway, so why not?
Gorath will ignore the pleas of those fine folk, I'm sure. But they're not the immediate threat. So Gorath will sprint with all his might toward Louie Bluie.
Cool. let's roll me some decks then.
Gorath.
And
Pose.
I love that. I love that.
It's a great.
It really is, because I do love that show.
Oh, you were doing so well too.
Because also our vampire friend was also running after you, and he rolled a 5.
Oh no.
So I'm going to say you guys both charged and maybe bumped into each other and both fell to the ground.
Well, after they fell to the ground, Yulia's going to aim a shot, and she got an 8.
Okay, cool. Roll me some damage.
All right, boom.
Okay.
7.
Cool. Yeah, you catch him again. This time, I'm going to say, let's die of fate this. That would be, yeah, you catch him in the lower back. That's kind of cool.
Yes.
And he kind of stumbles as well. But he's still he's a solid 30 yards from you guys. He drops to 1 knee. Yeah, there you go. He drops to 1 knee and looks back at you guys.
He's gonna call for reinforcements. Take the shot. You can do it. I believe in you. Believe in the heart of the cards.
Okay, if that's the case. Are you saying that out loud, or are you joking?
I think he's saying that out loud.
It's like inspiration from a plane of existence he doesn't understand. He just had the urge to say from the heart of the cards.
I love it.
McMuffin, he sort of looks at the chained people and says, we'll get back to you. We gotta finish this. And he's going to aim his slingshot and try to shoot this man in the legs. He doesn't want to kill him.
And the whole time, now that those guys are clamoring at you, possibly distracting you.
Well,
they are chained.
Any worse to roll.
They're chained to the wall, so I don't know how much clamoring they're going to do.
Help! Don't leave us.
Oh my god!
I got this to go over set. Fuck!
Oh god!
So this one, literally, you because he's down on 1 knee. It would have hit him in the back had he not taken a knee, and you can see him his head trailing it as it goes right over him, and it goes out of sight into semi-darkness. And you just hear an explosion down the way. You have no idea where you couldn't really see where it went.
McMuffin just gives an audible fuck.
And at that point,
he covers his mouth and says, "Oh, I'm sorry."
You see, the Louie Bluie does another. You can see that he momentarily disappears, and he appears. Another so basically 50 yards from you guys, and you can see it's another big mirror, and he crawls into the mirror.
Well, shit.
God damn it. Why is my aim off today?
You're just getting used to your new slingshot. It's okay. It's okay.
It's a lot of 5s for you. Usually McMuffin is killing it. Literally.
Yulia will go and walk up to the man that she recognizes and asks, what happened? How did you get here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he would say his name is Charles. He says... Sorry, I'm writing this down so I don't forget. See, I'm not as good as Yulia is taking notes. He says that the color guard had abducted them and placed them in here, and that they have seen shadows coming and going. They have no idea where they are. Like they're not able to get into the. As far as you know, like you can tell, these guys have never been here. They're just freaked out, like, and they're asking you, like, "What is this place? Where are we?"
Yulia will say, this is a very strange place that's on the other side of mirrors. What do you mean you saw shadows? Did you see shadows in here, or see shadows before the color guard? The color guard took you.
Mm-hmm. The color guard's gonna be awesome. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "No, shadows down the way. Strange noises. We've been here. I don't know how long. A day, 2. I don't know. I'm starving. Do you mind getting these shackles off us?"
Can I do either an intelligence or a wisdom to see if there's anything that stands out as particularly strange? I think Yulia is kind of suspicious of anything that shows up in this realm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so perception, let's do wisdom.
Okay.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
13.
Cool. Yeah, you recognize, like, now you're, like, kind of, like, speaking eye to eye again. You definitely have seen this person before. He definitely looks human, like there's nothing weird except that he's somehow in the mirror plane.
Okay.
In tatters, chained to a wall. Not great.
All right. Well, with that, I think she will do her best to try to either jimmy the locks open or undo them, or something, whatever she thinks the weak point might be.
Yeah, so it looks like, they're just like your classic chains, shackles. So, probably strength, or a rock, or, none of you guys has I
was going to say, is there a mirror rock we can use on the ground?
Oh, for sure there would be a rock that you could bang. Or, like, you might, none of you guys has thieves' tools or anything like that. Or
no. Bless
you. So, yeah, you can find a rock and give it a go. You want,
all right.
You want to roll strength? See what
God.
happens?
I feel like this is going to go horribly wrong, but all right.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
So well.
Yeah.
Roll well eventually. 8.
Hey, cool. Okay. That's not terrible.
Cool. Roll me some damage. Let's just see how strong these chains are. Wow,
11.
Cool. So with an 8, yeah, the shackle, I would think that, like, he's bound with 2 shackles. So one shackle smashes open. You catch his wrist a little, he's, ow! But, like, the shackle's off, so he doesn't really care. So now he's got one arm free. You want to do the other one?
Sure. 6.
Well, he didn't need that thumb right now. So you smack him right in the thumb. You totally miss the shackle. So sorry. And Malik will come over and say, hold on, let me see if I can get this without taking off the guy's wrist. And he just takes the shackle and pulls it right apart, actually.
Okay.
I can do that too.
And they said, so Gora says that, and Malik says, that sounds like a wager to me. Sounds like a wager.
Please don't, maybe not do this in front of human beings. Well, humanoids.
We got to free the other guy.
Malik. It's all in good fun, but I'd wager the rest of the whatever booze I got on me for.
That's a deal.
How much booze you got on you? He asks.
I've got a jug of wine.
Done.
And
yeah, I got a half glass of wine and some. Wait! I got something else.
And Cassius is you can tell he's kind of annoyed with you guys.
All right.
Go for it, Gorath. He's like, let's see this, man. I got it in one shot. You know, Malik says. Oh, yeah. Nice.
Nice.
And yeah, with that, you definitely...
Wow.
It comes right open as well, for sure.
Told you.
With one of them. It's like, double or nothing?
All right, you're on.
Come on.
You're right.
Not that I want to fuel Gorath's alcoholism.
And I look the other guy square in the face and I say,
If I don't do this, it's your fault.
You moved. Yeah, exactly. Don't move. Oh! Okay, so with the 10, roll me some damage. Let's see how it goes. No, actually, a 10, you get it. You get it, don't you? That's right. Duh. I was going to say if it was a 9, we'll do... No, but you're fine. That one pops open, too. It was just more of a struggle, maybe. And, yeah, Malik pulls out his flask and hands it over to you.
Yeah. Think you vampires can do everything, eh?
I mean, yes.
Well, you're probably right, but orcs can do stuff too.
Very impressive, he says. And so now Cassius is also doing the same thing. So it's Cassius and Charles. Charles is the one you know. Sorry, I rolled random name generator, and that's just where we're at. And Cassius is like, where are we?
Mirror plane.
Yulia will do her best to explain, but she's not doing a great job. She's like, well, you see, there's certain ways you can enter the other sides of mirrors, and clearly someone thought it was a good idea to bring you to this plane. I don't know why. What had happened to you before they brought you in here?
Yeah, and he says, I was at a service at the temple, and the color guard asked me to come into the back room. And honestly, that's the last thing I remember.
All right, I hate to do this,
here.
but I hate to do this, but my headphones fell out right after I asked you that question. So
No,
what did you say?
He said the color guard came while I was at the temple at a service and asked for my help and led me to the back room. And I was standing there, and all this, that's the last thing I remember. And then I woke up here, and we've been discussing it. We had the same experience. It was just now we're here for some reason. And we didn't know where here was, but it's weird because this place is weird. We don't know. We've never been here. Weren't sure what this was. Mirror plane, they say.
Have a weird mark on you that wasn't there before.
And they're kind of looking all over, checking out. And then he lifts up. Is there anything on my back? And you look, and there's no mark like you guys have from the fallen cleric.
Interesting. Well,
We haven't checked their underparts.
do you consent to a strip search?
And you can hear he kind of gulps and and drops his drawers and does like a turnaround. He's like, "What's on me? What's on me? What are you guys looking for?" Now he's like a slightly more panicked and a little more curious about what you guys are. Maybe he was better off chained.
Yulia apologizes profusely and just says, "This is the only reason we are able to enter this plane is because of these marks that we have, and so it's interesting that you were brought here and you don't have them. But I suppose if you were brought here, then maybe you didn't have to.
And
What
they...
she's...
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just said what she said.
Okay.
That's what she said. That is what I said.
That's what I
Literally
just
what
said.
she said.
Do we want to take... Well, I mean, we're already in the mirror plane. We just passed through a portal mirror, and we are trying to follow Bluey over there. Do we want to try to take them back through, or do we want to continue and just have them as our annoying escort mission?
We could see if they can go back through the other side, but it looked like, according to what you saw, it looked like it closed back up.
It was closed again?
I wonder if they will be able to get through. Wouldn't probably take too long to check that real quick.
Probably not. Is the portal mirror that we had entered, is that still open? Can, we cross back through?
You guys look back through, and it is indeed open. But now, so Charles, while you guys were talking, is looking at the mirror that you guys just came, the portal that you guys just came through, and is touching it, and his hands don't go through it. He can't get through this portal.
Oh, wonderful.
Maybe if we hold on to him and try and drag him through.
Worth a shot?
That sounds like very painful.
Well, I mean, maybe they just need to be with someone who does have, I don't know, permission to go through. So, I think Yulia will definitely, grab on to, I don't know if Charles is closest, grab onto Charles and try to bring him through the mirror with her.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And that totally works. He goes right through with you. And now you guys are in the secret room.
Okay.
That worked.
Well, I think before we bring Cassius through, Yulia wants to try and see if they can even get through the one-way mirror. So, again, she'll kind of grab onto Cassius and try to press through.
Mm-hmm.
And just a little bit, like a hand or something, just something to see if it works.
Yeah. And you're able to walk right through the mirror. Clearly, the one-way mirror aspect, the magic part of it, just works on this side.
Okay.
Do you want to go all the way through, though? Yeah.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't want to go all the way through herself. She just wants to have enough contact with the mirror and with Charles to sort of push him through, and then once he's through, she can let go and withdraw back into the observation room. That's the plan, anyway.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And you do so you step halfway through and you guide, take his hand and you guide him through. And he's like, what is going on here? What is...
I promise we'll explain once we have any idea what's going on ourselves, okay? Be right back. Hold on just a second. And then she goes back through, and then she does her best to escort Cassius through.
Right.
And
the same goes.
If they're both safely on the other side, she just, kind of tells them, just find somewhere safe to hunker down and don't draw attention to yourselves, and we'll do our best to find you. Do you have a good place to hide?
And they kind of look at each other and they both nod and they're like, what happened in this room? Because they know this room, right?
Yeah, she'll ask them where they intend to hide so that, if they want answers, we can find them again.
Mm-hmm. And they say that they're going back to their families. They'll go to Charles's family because they're part of the church and will have some protection, they think.
Okay.
And
so
he says, you'll be able to find us if you're looking for us. And he explains, just ask Spla, one of the parishioners for the family home. And he says, My last name is Mowbray, Mowbray.
Okay.
Thank you. We have a lot of questions, but it's clear.
Yep.
You guys are busy. We're going home.
Yep. Yeah. She says, "All right, stay safe," and then she just kind of whoops right back through to the observation room.
Cool.
I'm going to go ahead and, just because I'm back here, do this one last time. Let's watch me get like a 3 or a 4.
7.
7.
Yeah, so
you got a higher roll than I have.
You see, I'm assuming you're just trying to perceive anything in the little secret room.
Exactly. I would hope
cool.
it's a small enough room that if anything jumps out at me, it would be obvious. But if not, I understand.
Yeah, I mean, secret rooms, they don't really store that much, probably. You would assume this is a place for some people to watch what's going on in the rich people room, just to it's just one way mirror kind of thing, and it's pretty obvious also, even with a 7, that this is a place where this portal is definitely has some importance and is hidden in a secret room, so it would seem easily accessible to somebody, perhaps, and hidden, as far as you know. You would also recognize, being that you were the one that's seen, you're like, when you
Yulia,
think about
you're bugged out.
Oh
You're
yeah,
bugged.
Were you saying something?
Yeah, she's trying to say something.
Okay.
No, can't hear
Are you back?
What the fuck?
There you go.
Well,
I
now
can
we can.
Can you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what the hell happened, but okay, I'm back.
Did you hear?
Anyway,
me?
I can hear you.
Did you hear what I was saying? Did you want me to repeat?
I heard that the way you described the room, that it was clearly for somebody to access easily.
Right, and the other thing you notice, like when because now you're thinking about it, that this room butts up. When you think about the layout of the place, would be right where you saw behind the altar that this had been put in at some point.
All right, hold on. Let me write that down.
And so,
Okay.
yeah. So now the 2 prisoners are free. You guys have given Bluey plenty of time to get away.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys want to do?
Hello, Ivy.
Should we? We should probably follow. Louie.
Yeah, that would be my vote.
Mm-hmm. Cool. What do you guys want to do? You're just going to walk down to where you saw him?
Well, we saw him disappear into a mirror, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I would suggest we take that mirror. Have we this particular part of the mirror plane? Does it look at all familiar? Have we been here before, or is it new?
You have definitely not been here before. This is completely new. It definitely has. It seems slightly different, like to you. There would be no way you wouldn't be like the vastness of the other one. This seems much smaller.
Interesting.
Like previously, you're like, how are we going to fucking check all these mirrors? There's so many goddamn mirrors, and now you're like, we could do this in an after, just like in a couple hours. Like we could hit every mirror probably, because there's not that many mirrors in this section. It would seem. And yeah, you don't need to roll that. That would be quite obvious to you.
Okay. I still say we run after Bluey. That's our best bet right now, I think. Unless we want to do a quick run around of the mirrors that are available here, just because it's not as much to choose from. It won't take as long.
I think Gorath wants to go...
Make chase.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
McMuffin?
McMuffin?
Yeah. Sorry. Could you repeat that last part? I was looking at something.
Going after Bluey or something else you want to do?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go after Bluey.
All right.
Cool.
So, question is Birdie still on? Is still on Gorath's
That's a good
shoulder?
question.
Yes.
Okay. He just sort of looks at Birdie and he asks, "Why aren't you on my shoulder? What did I do?"
Do you call his name?
Yes.
He flies over and sits on your shoulder.
He pets Birdie.
He burps fire.
Gassy as usual. Anyway, should we be on our way?
I think so.
Cool. What do you guys want to do?
Who wants to go first? I think Gorath is probably the one who's eager to get on his trail the most. So I imagine Gorath goes through first.
Mm-hmm.
Gorath will make off at a trot, like a hunter's trot.
Cool. And so, yeah, and Malik would follow with you for sure. He could be second in line. And McMuffin, you guys decide you're probably together. It's probably the Scooby Gang, shoulder to shoulder through the door gag again. Super funny. It's funny every time.
Yep.
Cool.
So we all get through.
Yeah, well, you go to the mirror and you can see through the mirror before you even go in, if you'd like, that this is a large, it's a large space. Do you look or you just want to go through?
Gorath would, I think, have the wherewithal to check.
Probably scope it out.
Yeah, so you're at the mirror and you're doing the looking up, looking over, just to make sure nothing's going to jump on you as you go through this, probably, right?
Yeah.
Yulia's rolling terribly for something. Did you just roll that?
Yep. No, just looking through the mirror, see if I could see anything anybody else could. Apparently not, though.
No. So, I mean, you guys are all, it's a fairly large mirror. Another, floor to ceiling one, extra large, surprisingly large, right? Like mirrors of this in this era are usually smaller because they're hard to make. Yeah, this is a big one, and you're entering a huge space. It's very, it looks like it's kind of dim, but there's some light coming in. You can see around. You definitely hear a bunch of what sounds like animals. Which is weird.
Wonderful.
I'm not sure if smell permeates the mirror plane. It probably does, but you would definitely smell animals if you were on the other side, or if it does. But it's large, huge chandelier. It looks weirdly almost a dilapidated hull. There's stairs going up. You can't see where it goes to, but it's almost like a grandiose stairway, that goes up directly in front of you. And the rest of it's dark, but there's maybe it would be some sort of the chandelier is probably not on, but there's random candles giving a smidgen of light, and that's kind of what you see.
So Gorath will do a shushing motion to everyone, and then we'll try to mime to Malik to check behind the mirror as soon as they jump out. So he's got the eyes, thing, and then finger point, and then hand, and then around the hand.
Mm-hmm. Sure. And he understands.
And then Gorath will do the 3, 2, 1, and then jump through and check behind the mirror.
Right. Totally. Cool. So, and you guys spin in together, and you're looking basically at a wall. There's there's some torches right there that you could light if you would like.
Absolutely. If it's nice and easy.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you both have a flint, and the walls are made out of cement, block. So you clack, 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 and then boom, they light up. And lighting those two, it's just like whoosh, and a bunch of them around the room. It's another kind of it's not perfect circle, but it's a large room and with like circular columns going around. It's weirdly fancy, and yet it's not like a palace large, but it's just kind of a cool looking room. Interesting. And now it's flooded with light. And you can see there's off to on the left side when you're looking through the mirror to the thing. I'm going to say Malik is on the right-hand side, and Gorath, you're on the left. On Gorath's side, you can see a bunch of cages and noisy animals clamoring, barking, scratching, howling, whatever, with the lights coming on. They're all
Do they look dangerous?
No. They look like they're all in cages. And there's various size cages, and there's some all manner of species, fish, things, lizardy, whatever it is. There's a bunch of rando animals in here, in cages. You can now see, you're just kind of looking around. You do not see Louie Bluie right off the, he is not visible. Just a quick glance around. I'm assuming you guys are just kind of looking all around for Louie.
Probably.
And things of note would be there's a large table with what appears to be various possible entrails on it. There is a large cauldron about the size of a man off center of the room, because the room is kind of centered. It's like a circular deal again, with columns that hold up a second story near the back, that with steps going up to a landing. It looks almost like a loft, right? It's kind of wacky. There appears to be a door off back behind those stairways. Little bit of moonlight coming in, because it is now evening. And that's the general gist of what you're looking at, and it's all lit up with the torches, which is weird. But you only lit 2 of them, but they all lit up.
So other than the mirror, there's only one way in or out of the room?
Yeah, it looks like there is what might be a front door, or a door at least, behind the stairs. If you didn't go up the stairs and walked around the stairway, it looks like there is a hallway there with an entryway, a door that you can just make out.
Okay, so there's...
Is it lit?
Yeah, it's lit up. The whole place is lit up now. Yeah, you can see it's glass, stained glass or whatever, or wood, heavy wooden door. So it looks like a front door. But it does not appear to be open as far as you can tell.
Gorath will... Gorath has awareness and survival, and what I want him to do is kind of see if he can use tracking skills to see if he can tell which way the Bluey went. What would you want me to roll for that?
Yep. What were we doing on that? was that with a awareness we were doing, because it's a skill, were we doing advantage on that?
I think so.
Yeah, let's do that.
So wisdom with advantage.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, 3d6. Yeah, totally. Is that 10? Yeah. 5, yeah, 9, 10. Cool. I was like, wait a minute, what are we doing? Gotcha. Yeah, for sure. You can kind of sense. You definitely sense that he was in here, right? I'm going to say yes. With a 10, you can tell. It seems like the trail leads up the stairs.
Okay. Then I'll kind of point up, up the stairs and start moving that way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so, like, and you and Malik are probably, like, doing because the stairway is quite wide, actually. It's one of these tapering jobs, like it's like, like, I don't know, 10, 12 feet on the first step, and then each step trails up a little. But it's wide enough where both of you could take either side and kind of walk up slowly. If that was your plan.
That was the plan.
Cool. Yeah, so you guys slowly walk up, and it, like, you get, like, eye level, and you can see, like, that there's, like, there is a huge, like, a large king-size bed in here. There, like, this looks like a living area. It definitely smells of, like, like wet dog and like and dead animal. Doesn't have a super pleasant smell anywhere in this place. And yeah, so it's just like, stuff on the walls. This is also lit up, but you don't see. There's windows up here that look out, and you can see that there. It's dark and that it's like moonlight. And yeah, that's kind of all you see thus far. What would you like to do? You're like eye level, just above eye level with the top stair, and you can see that it's like a landing. It's like a big loft. You would assume that
is Garth the only one there?
So is Gorath and Malik probably went upstairs, unless you wanted to come with.
Okay.
You tell me, McMuffin. Did you follow?
No, he's going into the cauldron.
Oh, cool.
I think Gorath would continue up cautiously and proceed on to the landing, keeping an eye out for movement, things like that.
Cool. And Malik is with you, and you guys eventually, slowly hit the top landing. And so there's columns there, and you kind of are like back to back on columns on either side and are kind of checking around. There's not a lot of places to hide necessarily. I mean, you could probably have seen under the bed because you were at ground level anyway. You didn't see anything there. There's not a lot of space to hide. Maybe there's probably a wardrobe and some chests and that sort of thing, some possibly is in the wardrobe, I suppose.
Gorath will go to clear the wardrobe.
Cool. Just describe it for me, what you're doing.
I'll try and stealthily walk up to the wardrobe with my sword ready and kind of like have my sword at an angle ready to stab as I open the door.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So you probably fly open the door, pull it wide open, and just stabby in there?
I would wait to see what I see.
Cool. So you see some what looks like rancid rags in there hanging from a hanger, like a classic witch's hat, which is hilarious. There's probably a couple of each one of those, like in various like I want to say colors, except they're all like dirty black brown now. Like they just look like shit. It looks like it looks like a wardrobe of a witch. A witch's wardrobe. Hilariously. There's no lions though.
Damn.
Oh, that's not true. That's on the let's say, just to make the trifecta of the lion, the witch, and the wardrobe. There are the knobs that you use. They're like lion faced knockers that you use to iron lion heads with that you use to open it.
You could say that those are nice knockers.
You could, Terry Gar. What knockers? It's classic. Sorry, Young Frankenstein. And with that, so you probably like with the sound of that. All of a sudden, Louie jumps out of the cauldron, right by McMuffin. What do you want to do, McMuffin?
McMuffin immediately sees this and he says, and he's literally, his instinct is he grabs his slingshot, and is he right in front of me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you said you wanted to go check out the cauldron.
Oh yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, so he's gonna grab his slingshot and he's going to fire.
Yeah, do it. Roll it.
Hopefully he hits him.
Come
right
on, man! You're right there.
Come on. What the hell?
Bro, come on! This is fucking ridiculous.
This is ridiculous.
This is
fucking
so
ridiculous.
Whoa. Remember all those rolls?
How?
You were like acing that slingshot every single time. You've just averaged out.
I haven't gotten a single roll over 6.
That is so fucking funny.
No fucking way. I gotta count how many rolls I've done in this whole game.
Seriously.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh man.
5.
Roll'em is hating
just-
you today.
That is just not statistically likely.
6.
Oh.
7.
We can definitely blame
8.
We're gonna blame the bot for sure.
Yep.
I have 8 rolls, and 7 out of 8 of them have been below a 6.
Epic.
Oh my god! And I'm right in front of this man. Literally,
Yeah,
gonna fucking. I don't. You know what? Let's just get it over with.
Yep. You try your slingshot deal. The rock falls out, hits your foot, and you take 6 damage because it explodes in your foot.
Ow!
And then Louie Bluie hits you with a sword for 7 more.
Yay!
And then with that, like, leaps over the, leaps out of the cauldron and is now not in the cauldron. Close to you, McMuffin.
God bless. I'm bloodied.
Yulia, it's your turn, I think.
All right. Well, I was going to roll to shoot, but I got a 6, so not so much.
So you shoot. You're still probably in the main landing, right? Like, you probably didn't move too far in. You're probably just
Yep.
in the center of the big circular room. Cool. You shoot, and yeah, you miss. I'm going to say maybe you hit the cauldron, and it bounces off. And let's see. What happens? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, dear. Don't say that.
Yeah. It ricochets with a 6. Die Fate just did not like you today. And that would be 8 damage. You shot yourself. You shot yourself in the eye. You'll shoot your eye out.
Wonderful.
Nice.
So how are we doing? So you're 8 down.
Let's
Yulia.
see. Yep.
I have 9 HP left.
So I'm at 12.
Yeah. Wow. 12 HP. How much are you, McMuffin?
9 out of 22.
Wow. Yeah. I was like, I wonder who's going to go near the cauldron. And so there's Louie, and he may have even giggled. It's hard to tell with his weird metallic voice. I'm going to say Malik quickly looks at Gorath and he says, "I've always wanted to do this." And he tries a leap off the balcony, and he probably does like a flip, because he thinks it's cool. Mm-hmm. He's going for the panache, and he looked at you with a grin, knowing that this would piss you off if he makes it. Hilariously, he almost biffs. No, he almost biffs.
Damn.
Like you thought he was going to go right for the edge of a table, and he kind of just does a little tweak at the end and lands on a table. Looks up at you, Gorath, and winks, and then leaps for Louie Bluie. Grabs him, jumps on him, and weirdly, just a weird instinct of his, he tries to bite his neck. And he does. He's like, and nothing seems to happen. Like he digs in there like there should be blood, but for whatever reason, just comes out with nothing. But he's now grappling him.
Okay. God. This is one of those moments where Gorath's competitive nature and stupidity are probably going to hurt him a lot. Gorath is going to try to do the same thing that Malik did.
Oh, God.
Let's roll me some decks. This is...
I'm about to break his neck.
Dex is not his strong suit.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Oh, well, it's better than my rolls. I haven't gotten a 7. God, I would love a fucking 7.
Right?
So, what I imagine happens is Gorath gets, runs and jumps from the balcony, mm-hmm. but doesn't know how to do, a front flip or anything like that, mm-hmm. and just ends up kind of going into a belly flop position.
Totally.
And belly flops the table, smashing it.
Absolutely. But you don't take any damage. And
the table broke my fall.
Exactly, yeah. It's super funny. And you hear Malik holding back a chuckle.
Muffin sort of just says, "I'm bleeding out here."
It's true. But with that distraction, and because you got a 7, you did what you wanted to do. It hurt a little, but you didn't take any damage. More to your pride, I suppose, at that point. The table, collapses and is in splinters. But Bluey does his little magic trick with the mirror, and boom, he's right in front of the mirror all of a sudden, no longer grappled, and exits through the mirror.
Damn it.
This fucking guy.
It's so that's the beauty of the rolls. That's why I love the rolls so much in this game, because when you get a 7, you get what you wanted, but I get to burn you too. It's great. Sorry, I was just really enjoying how terrible you guys are rolling. Because my guys are doing just fine.
One day I'll get a good roll. One day I'll get a
next
fucking
time.
decent roll.
Next time.
Well, Gorath will remove himself from the rubble of the table and like stumble a little bit, and then try and make chase.
Okay. And Malik will pick you up. You know, like he'll grab your shoulder and like pull you up. So it's, and he'll be like, and he will definitely say something like, "You almost that was the East German judge gave you a 9."
Wasn't bad. Wasn't bad.
Super funny. And what McMuffin? How are you doing? What would Yulia? It's probably your turn. Like, what are you guys doing? What would you like to do? If these guys are going to give chase, I mean.
Muffin will give chase. He will now kind of upset.
Bloodily.
This is his 7th time missing.
He's
Yes,
kind
bloodily.
of like holding a gashed wound and running after him. Cool. Yulia, you?
I imagine Yulia tries to recover herself as much as possible and hears the mad footsteps running away and also gives chase.
Okay, cool. So you guys just bolt through the mirror? Is that the idea? Like
I
Gorath and
guess
Malik,
so.
and then you guys, so all 4 of you? Cool. So you guys book through the mirror, back into the mirror plane, and you see Bluey standing there with 2 other people, well, quote unquote humanoids, let's say, quote unquote people. The resemblance is very easy for you to gather because standing next to, on either side of him, are Charles and Cassius.
Oh dear.
And that's where we'll end today.
Of course. Freaking knew it.
I love
Friggin'
doing
knew
that.
it.
Tricked.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Our GM is just a bastard. We should know this by now.
You really should.
GM doesn't want me to get good rolls.
Honestly, that was one of my favorite episodes. Super fun.
Oh god.
Bad
game-
rolls, super fun.
This is cursed.
This is cursed, definitely.
You'll be better next time. The luck will turn around.
Yeah, that just
think
evened
so?
out your average because you were like, there's been like 3 games where you just could not miss with that slingshot. I remember.
Yeah.
Your average dipped a little.
God.
See, I'm going to be the one with shit luck
My
next time,
average.
because I've succeeded on all my hits and everything.
Yeah.
Rolled
That
pretty
is
well
good.
up until my belly flop.
I mean, you
Yeah.
didn't completely fail the belly flop, so that was still not too bad.
Yeah, 7. Totally doable. But you were the reason Bluey could get away, which I loved. Thank
Yeah.
you for that. Oh, and remember McMuffin versus you just completely destroyed my cleric. Like when you were possessing him, I just could not.
Oh man.
Oh,
I could
yeah.
not
That
get a
was
blow.
I
hilarious.
just rolled so well.
Oh my
That's
god.
Hilarious.
That was amazing.
Like he was gonna fuck you guys up, and like I just could not get control of him. It was so fucking funny.
It was so good. It was so good.
I'm kind of a genius, not gonna lie.
That was super awesome. You totally thwarted everything I was planning on doing. Super good. No, that was super fun for me. I bet it was frustrating for you guys.
I mean,
You
it was
never know.
hilarious.
That
Yep.
was hilarious.
You never know how the dice are going to fall. That's just one of the
Yeah.
enjoyable things, I guess.